Alright, today we're going to be looking at how the FX 6300 and RX 470 performs on GTA 5. Now, this game requires a very good PC to, max out and all that. And I can put it on Ultra, but the FPS, it won't be 60, which is my target. So what I did was I lowered it to high slash very high, which still looks pretty good, I gotta say. And the gameplay is at 1080p. Most of the time the FPS is up in the 60s, so you won't be worrying too much about frame rate. But we're doing 3 modes: story mode, online, and then there's 2 parts in online. There's gonna be one racing, and then there's gonna be one on heist. So let's get into the video, and I hope you enjoy. So yeah. Alright guys, so we're gonna be starting off with story mode, and first thing I gotta say is the frame rate on here is the best out of the bunch, really. I would say when I was playing, it felt really smooth. I was playing with the controller, by the way. I play with it because I don't know, it just feels more in line with the gameplay. I don't know. I've always played this game with controller, GTA, so hope you guys don't mind that. But when I was playing story mode, it was really smooth. The frame rate was in the 50s to upper, or not, it was the upper 50s, like 55 and up to the 70s. The highest I saw it go was 90, but I was looking at the beach, so maybe that's why. But it's very smooth gameplay. It's 55 to 70 FPS, and I couldn't get the MSI Afterburner to show up because the recorder I have is plays.tv, and I don't know how to really configure it to do that. But the FPS was in the 60s, and that's pretty good, right? And driving around, it would drop down to 55, sometimes 52, around that area. But it's very playable and it's really smooth. So I'd say it's a pass on story mode. Again, the settings are 1080p, high slash very high, 2x MSA, and long shadows. That's about it. And also the GPU usage was around 90 to 100. Sometimes it went to the 80s. That was when I was looking at the beach again. And the CPU usage was a little high. It was around 75 to 80. And then when I was recording, it added a little bit more strain to it, so it was around the 90s. And when I was recording, the FPS did go down a bit. It's in the 50s when I was recording. But if you're not recording, you're just playing the game by yourself, you will get a 60 FPS, around that area. And it's very smooth. It's very enjoyable. So that's the story mode right there. So we're gonna move into online, and it's actually really great online too. So let's get right into that. Alright guys, now we're doing the online mode. As you can see, I have a nice garage, but that's not the point of this. The online, I gotta say, racing, it was, well actually I'm gonna wait for racing. I'm start with free mode online. So with free mode, it's very fun. It's very fun, obviously, yeah, but the frame rate did go down a bit from online. It went down from story. It went down from the 60s and upper 50s to just 50s. It was always around 50, like 48 to 55, and it's still pretty playable. The same settings as story mode. What is it called? The frame rate. It went down a bit, but still it's very smooth. I enjoyed playing it. I was with a controller, so maybe you might feel it in the 50s with the mouse and keyboard, but it wasn't bad. It was a very enjoyable experience. Again, it's high slash very high at 1080p. And the FX 6300 is stock, and so is my RX 470. So let's get on to the racing part, which I freaking love racing in this game. So let's get right into it. Alright guys, now we're doing racing, and this is I believe it was about 12 players in here. I think it was a really full lobby, and it was actually really fun. So the frame rate we're looking at during this racing scene or whatever is around 45 to 60, and it would drop to the 40s, like a little high 40s, not low, it's just high, when it was just a bunch of players on the screen. I think it's because my CPU was pegged at 100 at one point because I was recording, but without it, I tested it with and without recording, and without recording it was in the 60s and upper 50s. So it's another good pass. And I tested not just one map. I tested a bunch of maps. I can't count, remember, but I tested so many maps. The frame rate was, one of the maps, it was in the 80s the entire time, and I was like, what the hell? Maybe because it was less players, I don't know, but it's another good experience, you know, very fun, and I think if you overclock the FX, you might get more performance. I'm not sure. I did it before and I didn't see a big improvement, but maybe you might. I don't know. I love racing this game. This is the only thing I do now in this game. Really, I just race heists. I beat all the heists, and I have like $1 million. So you know, it's kind of boring just doing the same heist over and over. So I just race now. It's pretty fun, you know. If you want, you can add me. I might put my name in the description. I don't know. I'll also leave the link in the description to the recorder, so you guys can also record pretty much lag free. It uses a lot of CPU, which not as much as Fraps or Bandicam, but it uses a lot. And I think that should be it, guys. On the racing part, it's very smooth. I couldn't get the graph up. Sorry, I still couldn't. I couldn't figure it out. I was trying to get it up. I spent like 2 hours trying to figure it out, and I just gave up and just ended up recording the gameplay. So, you know, it kind of sucks, but I had to do what I had to do. So, let's move on to the final part, which is heists, and it's a little shorter because, you know, I can't really explain. Really, it's just this guy left in the middle of the gameplay. And I was mad and I was done. I've been recording for about maybe 2 hours, and editing will probably take like another hour and a half. So on the heist, I did play just a little bit. It was just driving basically. It's like free mode, but I'd guess it'd be in the 60s. It's the same thing as regular free mode, so I wouldn't worry too much about it, guys. It's pretty much, it's very playable in here, guys. What I tell you guys is the FPS is in the 50s to 60s, high 50s to 60s in free mode. While you're racing, you might see it go down to 40s, like the upper 40s. That's the lowest it'll ever get. So, there you go, guys. I'll put like the average frame rate of all the modes on the screen now. You know, that's about it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, subscribe, because I'll be uploading more videos like this. If you have any games you want me to test, just tell me in the comments. Somebody told me to do Ark, and you know, I'll do Ark today, I think, or maybe later today. I'm not sure. I'm tired, guys. So, hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.